Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to our TwinRevolution webinar, an online event in which we will deep dive into the potential of the green and digital transition for traditional manufacturing companies. My name is Erwan Moisan. I am a researcher at the University of Vaasa, Finland. I focus my research on circular economy and the green transition, and I will be your host for this session. So today, we will hear from different experts and practitioners. And first, I will obviously introduce the context of this webinar and set the scene. And then we will hear from Alex Forrest from EUNOMIA Research. He will sort of set the big picture and tell us a little bit more about the policy landscape of circular furniture industry, for instance, and we'll highlight also some key circular business models in the field. Next, Albia Obiols Sales, VP of Sustainability at Kave Home, will let us know what her company is doing from a digitalization and sustainability perspective. After that, Maria Victoria Gomez from Karlsruhe Institute of Technology will provide us with some key information related to the TwinRevolution project, an Erasmus-funded project that has been keeping us busy for the last 2 years. And last but not least, Juan José Ortega Gras from CETEM in Spain will deep dive into 2 specific tools that were developed throughout the project. From a practical perspective, feel free to use the Q&A feature during the presentations of the different speakers so that you can ask direct questions to them. They will reply after their respective sessions, and we will also try to dedicate a few minutes at the end of the webinar to answer some final questions. But for now, let's set the scene. So what we know is that our world, of course, is in constant change. There are key mega trends that are shaping our societies today. We can talk about globalization or aging population, urbanization, but there are 2 trends that are standing out as we speak. One is climate change, and the other one is digitalization. So climate change, of course, I'm not going to give you a large introduction about that, but we know that with the increase of global temperatures due to human activities releasing greenhouse gases, we are currently disrupting our weather. I mean, last week we had 50 degrees in Saudi Arabia, for instance, one of the biggest records to date. And we know that we're also disrupting, obviously, our human systems in very significant ways. So we have policy response to meet those challenges. And at EU level, of course, the European Green Deal is the key framework that sets the scene in order to become climate neutral by 2050. But obviously, this requires a rapid and strong transition for all the sectors of the industry. At the same time, we have this second megatrend, digitalization, or the widespread adoption and integration of advanced technologies such as AI or the Internet of Things. And this is also disrupting every sector. So somehow we are now faced with 2 key megatrends. And the key question is, could both trends be addressed together? And this is somehow the challenge or the opportunities offered by the twin transition, which is basically intertwining the green transition and the digital transition, and try to consider them equally important for the future of societies. So, of course, this concept, when we bind those 2 approaches together, has some challenges to move forward. First question is, how can traditional manufacturing industries, such as furniture or textile industries, not be left behind? What kind of new technologies actually could be used to enable those industries to thrive further within planetary boundaries? And one key question that is at the core of the project TwinRevolution is also what kind of skills and competencies are needed by our current workforce to not be left behind. So those are the sort of questions that we would like to address today in this webinar. And without further ado, I will ask the first speaker to take the floor. So Alex Forrest is managing consultant at EUNOMIA Research and Consulting. He's been working for EUNOMIA since 2015, has more than 20 years experience in the field of environmental management consultancy. He focuses on circular economy, resource efficiency, sustainable and circular procurement, and he's been working quite a lot with diverse EU clients, such as the European Commission, or in the UK with RAP or their West Scotland, for instance. Alex, are you ready to share your screen? The floor is yours. Thank you.
So I'm having one or two problems with the sound. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, perfect.
Great. Thanks for the introduction, and good afternoon, everybody. Delighted to be here today. For the next sort of 10, 15 minutes or so, I'm going to try to give you an overview of the policy landscape that's shifting, hopefully shifting us towards a more circular furniture economy. Just to quickly about EUNOMIA, for those that you don't know who we are, we're an independent environmental consultancy, predominantly UK historically, but we have offices in Brussels. We do a lot of work in Europe. We have a US office, and we also have a presence in Australasia. The main core areas of our consulting business is focused on these three strands on the right-hand side. So the carbon economy, the circular economy, and the natural economy. And in terms of the work that we do in that space, it's relatively broad. As Owen mentioned, a lot of the work that we do historically and continue to do is for the European Commission, whether that's supporting the circular economy package, our work on the packaging waste directive, which is now the regulation, and sort of broader extended producer responsibility work for the European Commission and also member states. But in addition to that, we also do significant work with the private sector and NGOs. You can see from the slide here, just gives you an indication of the work that we do. And in the context of today, a lot of the work that I've been involved in over the past sort of 8 years or so is focused on the furniture and the textiles sector. I'm going to be focusing predominantly on our work with the furniture sector today in terms of the slides that follow. But a lot of that work has been with retailers, with remanufacturers, looking at end-of-life solutions to try and improve circularity and diversion of furniture from landfill. And we've also done work for the likes of the European Environment Bureau on reimagining what a circular furniture sector looks like. So, as I say, a lot of our work is trying to move from this linear model. So, this is obviously typical of not just the furniture system, but many systems and sectors that we operate in. So, the question is, how do we move from this linear model towards a more circular system for furniture? I'll start by saying that the work that we've undertaken in this sector, we've worked with a number of really good exemplars of furniture manufacturers that are doing some fantastic things, so transitioning from manufacturing to remanufacturing, looking at the business models and the economic case for take back, for reuse, repair, remanufacture. But it's the constraints that we're operating in is a factor of the way in which our economies work. And in order to address and shift towards this system, there's a number of challenges that we face. In the UK, for example, a lot of furniture that is sort of textile in focus. So sofas, chairs, a lot of that continues to be destined for landfill as a consequence of persistent organic pollutants or chemicals in those products. There's limited infrastructure for collection and reverse logistics of furniture at end of life, and we know from the research that we've undertaken for the likes of the Commission, but also the European Environment Bureau, that a significant quantity of furniture continues to be destined for landfill or incineration. A lot of these problems, a lot of these opportunities, shall I say, stems from working at both ends of the chain. So how can we design products that have circularity inherent within the design principles. But how can we also ensure that the infrastructure in place is available for recovering that material at end of life, for reuse or for recycling? So these are a lot of the challenges that we work with, and we're working to try and address through the work in our policy area, but also working directly with businesses on new business model innovation. So just to sort of take a step back, and provide you with some statistics around, what consumption actually looks like at the EU level. These figures stem from work that we undertook for EEB back in 2017, and I would imagine that the figures haven't necessarily changed too much since then, and I don't know whether there's any more recent studies that have looked at consumption figures, but we try to understand, what does consumption of furniture look like at the European scale. So EU member states, they manufacture, just short of a third of all furniture sold worldwide, and we're a major consumer of furniture, some nearly 70 billion pounds worth of the stuff each year. So we're a major consumer of furniture, and a lot of that furniture continues, as I said earlier, to be destined for undesirable end-of-life treatment. So, these figures are sort of by member state, but if you look at the EU as a whole, 80+% of that furniture continues to be destined for either incineration or landfill. And we've undertaken more recent case study examination of individual member states to understand exactly what is happening, and certainly we've seen instances in Southern Europe where certain member states continue to send the majority of landfill to the majority of furniture to landfill or incineration, and that's a consequence of underdevelopment of municipal waste management systems, and also a combination of a vacuum in the policy landscape, which is obviously improving as a result of new legislation that's coming to the fore, which I'll come on to. But if we look at whether the system is likely to improve, we know that a number of EU countries are at risk of missing their municipal waste targets. So the Waste Framework Directive, which has a 55% recycling and preparation for reuse target for municipal waste by 2025, we know that a number of member states will miss that target. This is taken from the EEA website, on a report that has undertaken research to understand the extent to which member states will hit or fail to meet those targets. So we need, I guess, the fundamental point is we need better infrastructure to ensure that furniture that's arising end of life is treated for reuse and recycling as a minimum. One of the key developments in this space is obviously extended producer responsibility, and EPR covers a whole range of different product groups. But as I say, just focusing on furniture as part of today. For those of you that aren't aware what EPR is, it's essentially producers paying into the system to add to the existing capacity of municipal waste management systems that's currently in place within different countries. So France, for example, has had an EPR system in place for over a decade, and what this system has achieved is more financial input into the system, so that it's not just the burden on those that are paying our taxes within each country. So more money into the system to ensure that waste collection and sorting systems and recycling systems are mature. It also invests in R&D for looking at novel opportunities for recovering materials at end of life. And the key thing to sort of stay here is that France is the only country in the world that has a furniture EPR system in place. We know that there are a number of other member states and countries that are looking at this. So we know, whilst the UK is no longer in Europe, and we know that the UK is consulting on policy options for EPR at varying levels of ambition. Greece, Spain, and Belgium are also examining the potential for EPR. What this will mean, however, is that it's not one homogeneous system for EPR for furniture, and this is likely to have implications for producers of furniture that are looking to comply with the different EPR schemes across the Europe as these come into place. So what we advocate as an organisation is the need for harmonisation of EPR systems for furniture, and it's something that we would like to see the European Commission take on board. The other thing to mention is new developments around eco-design for sustainable product regulations. So as many of you will know, 80% of the environmental impacts can be attributed to design considerations, and what we're seeing is the ESPR coming to the fore, where you'll see eco-design requirements being developed that focus on durability, reusability, repair, recycled content, remanufacture, and overall reducing the carbon environmental footprints of products. And the initial proposed categories that this will cover is on the left-hand side. You can see furniture and textiles are listed there. This, in my view, will hopefully be a game changer. It will replace or update the current eco-design directive, which focuses at the moment just on energy efficiency. It will affect most products that are sold into the EU. And as I say, there will be eco-design requirements that producers will need to take account of. One of the things that is relevant for the purpose of today is around the need for digital product passports to evidence eco-design requirements, informing how those products can be disposed of in less harmful ways, whilst also providing information on facilities for waste management. Fundamentally, this is about transparency. It's about public disclosure, and inevitably this will have impacts on producers. So we recognise that this will potentially result in additional design costs. There'll be additional costs associated with the production of product passports, and there will potentially be penalties for those businesses that don't comply with the regulation. So this is very much about sort of reputational issues as well as complying with legislation. So some really sort of key developments in this space. I think for me personally, seeing ESPR in combination with EPR is critical to supporting a circular furniture sector. So yeah, hopefully we'll see sort of greater transition in our move towards that circular economy. And finally, just to sort of finish off with a short case study, really. I mean, this is taken from an organisation called Ripe Office. I'm a passionate advocate for this company in the UK that we've worked with historically. They have a lot of really good content on their websites. Fundamentally, they're a circular furniture provider. They offer remanufacture, take back. They specify high levels of recycled content within their products. And this is a case study that just illustrates, the business case for remanufacturing. As you can see, typically remanufactured furniture products are cheaper than those that are made from virgin resources as a consequence of reduced material inputs associated with the remanufactured chair. So yeah, lots of really great case study content out there. This is very much one that I just wanted to highlight as what we consider to be a fantastic exemplar within this sector. So thanks for listening. I'll hand back over to Erwin.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Alex, for this broad introduction, but still with key highlights around the EPR, ESPR as future policies to look more deeply into when it comes to the transition to circular economy for the sector. I would like now to invite Alba Obiols to take the floor. If you want to start sharing your screen. So Alba is the next speaker here with us today. She's VP of Sustainability at Kave Home, and she will obviously offer her perspectives on this circular and digital transition. So she will let us what Kave Home is doing. They are based in Barcelona, but active in 80 countries, if I'm correct. But I'll let you take the floor, Alba. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Yes, you are correct. Thank you, and good morning to everyone. And well, thanks to the organizers for inviting Kave Home to participate in this insightful webinar with such a powerful panel of experts. So I'm delighted to be here with you all. I'm going to contextualize a little bit first about the company. We're a furniture and decor design brand with more than 40 years of history. I'm going to go through very briefly. I'm going to go through the timeline a little bit, just for you to have the same mindset that we have here for all the transformation of the company in the last 40 years. It began in the sector as a furniture representative, mainly in mattresses. In 1995, there was the national expansion in Spain. It was not until 2005 that we began to sail outside of Spain. Also in 2004, it's just to highlight a little bit the transformation of the team. We created the internal design team. So we started focusing on our own designs. And then in 2013, the B2B business transformed to B2C model, but combining both of them, B2B and B2C. So Kave Home, the brand name, was born. And well, through all these years till now, 2018, we inaugurated an efficient offices. In 2019, we opened our first stores. Today, we have more than 15 own stores and more than 120 points of sales. Also with shopping shops and different partners in retail. In 2020, was launched our own sustainability program to focus on ESG principles. In 2021, the company was certified in the chain of custody by Forest Stewardship Council. It's an organization that follows up and audits all the chain of custody from where you take the timber, the wood from the forest to the final partner or the final business partner that sells that furniture based on wood, on timber. So in 2022, the first one was in, in 2020, we carried out our first calculation only of carbon footprint, only for scope 1 and 2. But in 2022, we made our audit to quantify oxide carbon impact and see targets to reduce it, including this time scope 3. That's the major scope that worries about the impact, because it's the scope that it impacts the most. And well, there was extension of our central offices to the different countries where we produce. We produce in Spain, but also in Europe and in Asia. So continuing with this timeline, in 2023, we opened up our new logistics center with more than 95 square meters, but we are going to build up a second phase of this logistics center with more than 100 square meters. And in 2025, our goals, and well, just to see in the future what we expect, is more than 50 owned stores, franchises and shopping shops, achieve a 25% reduction in environmental impact versus revenue, achieve 90% recycled material in packaging, and well, to become in 2050 company net zero. But just a little bit to get back to the fundamentals of the company and our mission. Our mission is to revolutionize the furniture and decor sector, creating unique designs in a responsible way. This is a very marketing of saying what is our purpose, but how we plan to do this. The key factors: talent and diversity in efficient offices. It means, well, now we are more than 700 employees. The average age is 37, with more than 20 nationalities, and there is a balance between women and men representation, 50%. Then our supply chain, I was talking about this logistics center, sorry. Here we can see a picture of it that's very new for us, so it's something that we are kind of proud. Kave Home factory, production center of sofas in Spain, innovation investment. I was talking about different countries where we produce. We have our own offices there in Asia. We have offices and R&D centers in Indonesia, India, China, and Vietnam. We are very, very focused on client-centric strategies. So we focus on a customized and tailor-made production. It means that we are transforming how we understand production. So it's not about producing, stocking, and selling, distributing. It's about selling first and then distributing. So we here become more efficient in resource utilization mindset, kind of speaking. So yeah, the technological ecosystem to address the challenges of this project that I'm talking about in the technological area, the Kave Tech, we call it. We have a team of more than 80 employees, 80 experts on different areas in technology and digitalization, more than 60 internal employees, and then a team of more than 20 external. We use and we focus on cutting edge technologies to achieve all the goals, development and maintenance of all the company's core tools related to Google Cloud, AR, augmented reality, artificial intelligence, machine learning. We invest in team training and growth, apply agile methodologies and collaborations with universities and tech communities. So as per the Kave Social and Environmental Management Program, we quantified, we have a strategy of transparency and also science-based indicators to follow and to reach those goals. So our mindset on the sustainability way of speaking from a corporation, how we understand it. It's not only about the planet, let's say, or the environment. It's also about people and how we get that profit. So this triple bottom line is very well. Is a focus on all the projects that we implement, balancing profit, people, and the planet for sustainable success. So this is our mindset when starting some project. I'm gonna go through now a little bit about the organization areas of work in this area of sustainability and talking about the corporate sustainability, how we implement it, or what are the areas where we focus on. As I was talking, it's not about only environment or natural ecosystems or natural resources. It's also about that model on the social perspective. So we follow up the UN Global Compact and 2030 Agenda. We are part of the Global Compact, following up and being audited every year for those accomplishments on that ecosystem regarding the 17 Sustainable Development Goals, and also looking at very carefully on the ethical supply chains. No, we call it like that because it's our goal to achieve the measured traceability. Our goal in 2025 is to reach more than 70% of visibility and traceability on our supply chain. And then there's this focus on environmental impact. Calculating is it's a task that we perform constantly, not only on the environmental impact and the carbon footprint, but also on waste management. It's very, very important to quantify and to get data. And then also through the tech team I was talking about and the data team, we can process all this data better to plan our goals and the expected results, how to manage the projects to get them. So we quantify every year, we verify it, and we have a reduction plan to get the reduction goals. The two other areas, just to finish about the areas of work, would be circular model, as Alex was speaking and was explaining the landscape. It's very important for us being part of the sector to follow up all those, not only for legal compliance, but also to reach the goals on environmental impact, to reduce it. It's important to apply this circular model. So we focus on an eco-design, mainly durability, materiality, and separability. With no separability, it's impossible to make successful reparation and recovery and reuse it again. So the way how you design from the beginning, that product, it's gonna tell you how this product is gonna finish. So we keep that in mind when design our products. Also on waste management, circularity is not only on products, it's also on the industrial waste that you generate as a company, on that logistics center, logistic platform, as we call it. We generate more than 50,000 tons of waste. So we have to make sure that we sort them and collect them to make the correct segregation, to assuring that's recycled, and also we implement plans for reutilization of those waste. Also, we call it resource that we have in our facilities that maybe before that recycle before we recycle it, maybe we can reuse it. Mainly on pallets, wood pallets, or also on cardboard, on boxes. We have different programs to reuse them in the same facilities. So some very briefly, the attributes that we look at when talking about the product we offer to our customers. We offer quality and durability. This includes attributes that help extend the life of the item, such as resistance, mold, scratches, stains. Then we also focus very carefully on certified recycled materials. Sometimes, and also in the supply chain, there is a risk on that's called that a material is recycled. You must make sure as a corporation at the end of the value chain that material is truly recycled. So also it happens with the natural materials when we use wood or other like cotton. Is very important to make sure that those are certified as such. So also it's not only about using recycled materials, but also recyclability of materials. And then we use other certificates and credentials, as I was saying, because it's not about saying internally that our product is or has some specific characteristics for the environmental impact. It's also to get external references and external auditions for those statements. So just to finish, operational and sustainability effects, key objectives. We are focused on international operational efficiency and customer focus, optimization of processes, cost reduction, and resource management. So through digital tools like process automation, data analysis, supply chain management, collaboration platforms, we focus on reduction of stock levels, increase in product quality and durability, product customization, as I was saying before, just to make tailor-made products for the interests and needs of the client. So the goal is to minimize the carbon footprint with all this strategy. So just the 4 areas we keep in mind that in the future, how we see ourselves as a company in the furniture sector, becoming a top of mind brand in the 5 continents, being a benchmark in sustainability and the use of alternative materials, local production as well in the different continents, not only in Spain, meaning to have different hubs of production. If we want to be present in the different 5 continents, that local production becomes globally and local at the same time. The 3rd area would be Kave Tech, very, very important to promote Kave Tech as a global benchmark technological ecosystem. So just to finish, Kave, we focus on creating that Kave ecosystem for our customers and partners, with all of this combining digitalization and sustainability. So it's all. I'm finished. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Alba, for this super interesting presentation. So we see that now actually sustainability can become the new normal. So it seems when we see all the great practices you've managed to implement over the last years, it's quite impressive. I would like now to ask Victoria to take over the floor. So Victoria, you are the project coordinator of the TwinRevolution project. So it's somehow a nice transition after the feedback from Alba and what she has been active in doing in Kave Home. So TwinRevolution is a project that sort of takes the most of good practices around circularity and also the digital transition. And so, Victoria, please take the floor to explain a little bit what we've been trying to do and what we've achieved so far in the project to sort of bridge digital and green transition. The floor is yours.
Thank you, everyone, for the introduction, and special thanks to our speakers, Alex and Alba, who has provided with very interesting perspective of the main topic of these sessions. As everyone mentioned, we are conducting this webinar thanks to the European project TwinRevolution, which my colleague Juan José Ortega will now present. The full name of this project is Supporting the Twin Digital and Green Transition in the Manufacturing and Traditional Industry Sectors through Innovative Bed Resources. This TwinRevolution project started 27 months ago and will end next month in July. It has been co-financed by the European Union, and the consortium is composed of partners from 4 different countries: the Karlsruhe Institute of Technology from Germany, the Technological Center of Furniture and Wood of the Murcia region from Spain, the University of Vaasa from Finland, José Luis Castillo Puche, a bed training center from Jekla, Spain, and the Textile Industry Institute from the Czech Republic. The main objective of TwinRevolution was to develop an innovative and interactive training tool and course to improve the training of bed students and professionals, providing them with the digital and green skills and competencies. We achieved this through the implementation of the 4 results that make up the project. The blueprint for a twin transition, the joint curriculum of the course, the training materials, and the learning platform and interactive tool. In the first phase of this project, we developed the blueprint, which provides an overview of the twin transition in the manufacturing industry and bed offerings, identifying the green and digital competencies needed to improve the quality of the bed systems. This phase included a literature review, the research of articles related with the project themes, and the analysis of over 55 bed programs in the textile and furniture sector in the consortium country, as well as 18 European projects addressing the green and digital transition in bed. The result is a report that is available for download and consultation on the project website, along with the other results. The project website is twinrevolution.eu. Based on this blueprint and to ensure a structured and comprehensive learning experience, the identified learning outcomes in terms of knowledge, skills, and competencies were organized into 4 different modules containing 17 training units. These modules cover various aspects of the twin revolution, including an introduction to the twin transition toward a green and smart manufacturing industry, the application of circular economy principles in manufacturing, the use of Industry 4.0 technologies, and the integration of technical and digital concepts. This course is referenced at level 4 of the European Qualification Framework and has a duration of 50 hours. The pedagogical approach of this project in Revolution is based on online training and the use of interactive tools, offering an effective, flexible, and comprehensive learning experience, allowing the learners to access the training materials anytime and from everywhere. So the detailed description and the structure of the training curriculum are provided in the report of this outcome that is also available on the project website. Training materials, yeah. The training materials include the training materials include 4 course books, 1 per module, and a total of 26 explanatory videos, each lasting 3 to 4 minutes, covering the most important topics, and about 10 interactive infographics. All these materials are integrated in the interactive tool and the learning platform that is the last result of the project. Here you can see the main interface. My colleague Juan José Ortega will now present how to register, how to work with it, and the contents that it integrates. As a final point of my presentation, I would like to highlight that both the training course and the learning platform and interactive tool have been evaluated by 22 professionals from the furniture, textile, and education sectors, and by 26 students through a pilot experience. And as you can see in the graphs, both the satisfaction level and the course recommendation exceed the 90%. That is a very good result. So now to give you a better view of this result, my colleague will give you a tour through the developed tools. So thank you very much for your time.
Juanjo, please don't hesitate to take the floor now. I think to give us a little more concrete tour of the key tools that all of you now in the webinar can be using. It's free of charge and all accessible on the TwinRevolution.eu website.
Yes, hello everybody. I'm going to share the screen, and I'm going to present you the learning course and the interactive tool we have created as key result of the TwinRevolution projects. As Erwan said, they are free of charge and easily available in the website. Here is the TwinRevolution.eu website. So once you enter, you can go directly to the learning platform. Here, any student, any interested could create its own account here. Going to the right, create new account. It is important to take into account that those that need a certificate to write here your complete name and surname, because this is just for the certificate. It is different from the usernames. So once we are, I'm going to come back here. Once we are in the platform and we have our account, you don't need the approval for anybody. So once you create your account, you can go directly to the platform. As Victoria said, you will have the homepage with an introduction video to the complete course and a text where you can check the different modules and units that is divide the course. And also here on the top, you have a PDF with the user guide that explains better how to navigate in the platforms with some pictures and some arrows that helps any user. So once you are here, to go directly to the learning modules, you go to training. As we said, we have 4 learning modules, but we have also a final assessment for those that want to have a certificate. The first of the modules is an introduction to the twin transition. The second one is focused on circular economy, while the third one is focused on Industry 4.0 technologies. All of them applied in the manufacturing industry with a key focus in the furniture and also in the textile sector. The module 4, Twin Green and Digital Transition, mix or explain how these technologies of the Industry 4.0 could facilitate or boost the circular economy. And finally, we have the final assessment. I'm going to start to present one of the modules to know the methodology or the methodology to pass one of them and how you can finally get the certificates. To go to one of the modules, we can click here. Once you are here, you have also the different units of the modules and a short video that presents also each module. We need to click here in enroll and accept, join the training. And then you are in the module 2, you have access to the different materials. As Victoria said, we have developed one course book per each of the 4 modules in English, but we have also translated in the different languages of the consortium. So we have here, and we have also more languages. So we have the Spanish, the Czech, the German, French, and Finnish. Also here, to start, we can click directly here or go here, check all the materials and videos. We start always with the English course book. We can download here, we can make bigger there. So it's very easy, it's a common visualizer for PDF. We need to go next here. And we start to see the first of the videos. We have here the list. In this case, we are in the module of circular economy, so we have one video for different phases of the life cycles and how the different strategies of circular economy could be integrated. So videos can have also subtitles in English. And can see here, or directly also we have, if we click here, we go to the TwinRevolution YouTube account. It is necessary to go by doing next one per one, because it's the way that the platform that we have passed all the activities. Finally, at the end, I'm not going to do this. Finally, we have also some of the infographics. In this case, it's a circular economy strategy for the furniture sector, and the other one is for the textile. To see properly the infographic, we should go down and click here to have a full screen infographic. We have the material. For instance, here we have different strategies. We have eco-design. We have a short introduction about what is eco-design, but if we go here, we will have deeper information with some videos also and examples about how to implement this strategy. Also, we can move in the arrows here between the different circular strategy. We can come back to the home, and finally we can close the infographic. Also, before to finish each of the learning materials sections, we have the methodology or the instruction to pass each of the modules. This is the same for the 4 modules. And this is just for those students that want to have a certificate, because all the modules are open. You can check any of them. You don't need to go one by one. But for those students that want to have a final certificate about the whole course, you need to pass the 4th final assessment. In this case, you need to achieve 60% of correct answers. And there is not limit number of attempts, but question will change randomly for one attempt to the other. The questions is a multipliers question where you have 3 answers and only one is correct. Okay, you can check here, but you cannot do it again until the end of the 10 questions. If we come back to the training, once you pass this 4 assessment, you will have the opportunity to enter in the final assessment. In the final assessment, the instruction or the requirement are different. In this case, to get the certificate, you will need to achieve correctly 70% of the questions. You will have 20 questions from the all modules, and you have there is a limitation of 5 attempts. Once you pass the final question, the final module 5, you can go to see progress, and here it will appear the certificate. Okay. Now I come back to the home because I would like to present you the other key results. Very interesting. That is the interactive tool. It is also linked in the website of the project, so you don't need to go to the learning platform, but also here they are linked to avoid to go to the website. So it is very easy. You go to the interactive tool, and the interactive tool what shows is the 5 different phases of the product life cycle and how the different circular economy strategies or the Industry 4.0 technologies could be applied in each of them with some examples. For instance, here we have the 5 steps. We are going to select one of them, manufacturing. We have a first introduction about what is manufacturing and why it is important to apply sustainability practices in each of them in this step. We have the video about the circular strategy that could be implemented. Okay. We have also, as in the platform, we have the possibility to add the subtitles. Well, is this already here available? And we have in a very visual way the different technologies that could be applied in this manufacturing phase. In this case, we have system integration, robotic simulation, and how they can be implemented and the benefits. Of course, the technologies are not always the same. It will be different in each of the phases according to the possibilities. And finally, something that I think is quite important, we have here the examples. In all of the steps, we will have example for the furniture sector and for the textile sector. In this case, we have how to apply it, one of the examples from a company, additive manufacturing, to produce this kind of chairs. We have here the link of the company. We have here textile about how to implement robotic in textile manufacturing. Finally, if we go down, we have again the link to the training course, to the home, and also we have the other steps or the other phases of the life cycles. We can start with another one, okay? So this is basically the 2 key results that we have provided. All of them, as I said, they are linked here. Here is the link. This is the website. Here is very easy, the learning course, and here in the menu, we have also the interactive tool. I think it's completed the overview of the full learning and interactive tool.
Thanks a lot, Juanjo, for this very quick but thorough overview of the tools we have been developing in this project. We are slowly going towards the end of this webinar. So there is this one little thing I will ask you for the participants who are still around to maybe just scan this QR code and give us a quick short feedback about if you thought this short webinar was useful to you, and if you are somehow interested in maybe exploring a bit further the content of the tools Juanjo just developed. So just use your mobile phone, and like it's a project about digital transition. So obviously we have to use some digital tools as well. So you use your mobile phone and scan the QR code, and you'll get to a quick survey that we would hopefully like you to fill up. In the meantime, yeah, thanks a lot for all the different speakers, Alex, for the policy landscape overview, to show what is coming up and what are the key things that the sector actually should be looking forward to, namely the ESPR regulation, how eco-design will actually become the new normal more and more in the industry. So that's something definitely all of us have to take into account. Thank you for Alba to let us know what Kave Home has been doing in this last year. So it's good to see that it's possible to actually embrace this digital and sustainable transition to actually become successful. So hopefully you've inspired other actors of the industry to follow the same pathway. Thanks to Vicky and Juanjo to let us know what has been done in the TwinRevolution project. So please, if you're interested in accessing the course material, if you want to spread the word about the importance of this twin transition, share the links to your staff, to your workers, to your colleagues. This is free of charge information. You can get a certificate if you go through all the modules, and there's a lot of very relevant information for you to be future fit, to be ready to join this revolution, this twin revolution, and be ready to have a competitive advantage to show that sustainability is the right way forward. I thank you very much, all of you. And if you want more information about TwinRevolution, just go to twinrevolution.eu. There's still, and there will still be upcoming news and information in relation to the textile and furniture industry, in relation to circular economy, the green and the digital transition. Thanks a lot, and have a nice day. Thank you.